break it down.
How well do you know the amazing things that OTrim has to offer? Taking this quiz will help you discover and learn how OTrim can make your linkages more sophisticated and streamlined. In today's environment, it is necessary to have the ability to customize the URL of the website in OTrim. We frequently come across websites that have lengthy link addresses, which can occasionally become broken and lost in the abundance of information that is available on the website. Here, OTrim comes in useful and accomplishes the task at hand by to a more manageable one. In addition to this, it provides a seamless transition from one user to another, which ultimately results in a landing page on social media. Get your free OTrim. Simply register at www.coolzone.ai. Stories abound on the ONET podcast. Get advice, inspiration, and doable advice from those who have been there before you. You can join millions of others from around the globe in this safe, secure social media platform, free, simply by registering at www.coolzone.ai.
Hello, everyone. It is the 8th of June, and as you can see, we got some powerful women of ONPASSIVE. I'm very intimidated, so I'm going to be careful. What I'm going to kind of do what the theme might be, but the women can talk about whatever they want. I know that for me personally, when I started this journey 5.5 years ago, and the company has evolved from one business that we really never did into this magnificent company that has spread across the world. And the power of the company, yes, we're going to have the best technology. Yes, we're going to have AI. Yes, I believe we're going to do very, very well financially. But the power that I saw and what made a big impact in my life are the people. And every day I meet new people on ONPASSIVE, and I'm just astonished of the talent, what they know, what they do for other people, and the heart of ONPASSIVE and the giving. You know, you wonder why. I tell some people they don't get it, they don't understand, they don't get what we have. It's because some people they have 20/20 vision here, but not here. And the people on ONPASSIVE have 20/20 vision here. It's not putting anybody down, but that's what I'm saying. But the evolve of the company was one thing, but people evolving. I've met everybody here in a short amount of time. I know some of them very long time, and I've seen when I first met them to now, and the growth of people to me is, I love that. I've worked with people all my life, and I've seen where people are real quiet, they don't want to talk, to actually training and doing webinars and all that. I mean, I'll do real quick. Robin Noble, I've known for 3 or 4 years. She speaks almost every language we go to. It really makes me look like an idiot, but she's a wonderful lady. And Angie, young lady, first met her. She was in Germany, and I listened to her. I saw all the work she was doing at Translate. I was amazed. Ash absolutely loves her. And backing her up, she has her mother, and her mother stuck with her the whole time. Francine, I haven't known that long. I wish I did, but we'll know each other even as time goes on. But she came up in a French African webinar and blew me away. And it was so funny. I got off. I called Chris and said, Chris, that lady goes, oh, Francine? Yep, right away we knew. So I said, I'd love to get her on the live with us. And everyone here knows Corinne. I always called her the peacemaker. We should send her overseas and stop these wars, because I think she could. Just always talking nice. I've never heard her say a negative word. And I've never heard anybody talk about her. She's unbelievable. She's been a big inspiration to me. I don't think she has. I don't think there's negativity in her hair. I don't think there's one bone that's negative. Gladys, same thing. That's why it's women of unpassive. They all have this thing in common. They have this thing in common of wanting to help people, and they're like motherly in the unpassive world. So, and Gladys is amazing. I've known her a long time now. I don't even know how long, but she's always got a kind word. She's always helping other people, and that's what I love about unpassive. I believe it's okay to put your hand down and lift people up, but some people not only lift them up but put them above themselves, and that's pretty awesome. So I'm going to turn it over to my secretary. I'm just kidding. I'm going to turn it over to Chris Johnson. Go ahead, Chris.
Thank you, Marty DeGarmo. Welcome, my beautiful sisters. And I mean that dearly. I'm so excited about this. Uh, I'm blown away because I know each one of you. One I just met, and that's Francine. And again, like Marty said, she blew us away. And I seen her talk one time, and we all said, "Where has she been hiding?" So I don't want to talk a lot. I want to start and get this going because we got a lot of people. I'm going to start with Germany first, and that would be my beautiful sister, who I love with all my heart, who has met her soulmate through ONPASSIVE, stuck by her mother, which I love. Angie Hahn, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Chris. Hi, everyone. During the last days, I checked. Tomorrow exactly will be my 4th anniversary in ONPASSIVE, 4 years. It's what a journey. I started as a little shy girl, I would say that, yes. Talking in front of people or being confident was a big challenge for me. But through ONPASSIVE and the love and the support from all over the world, um, I was able to grow with this love and support as a person. And I have changed completely during this 4 years. And this is the gift above all, beside of everything else. And I found love, I found friends, I found family here. And who can say that about a company? Yeah, the visions of our CEO it's just amazing. We all know that. That's why we are here. And maybe the following will make sense for some people. I hope so. I was thinking about that. For me, ONPASSIVE is like a relationship. First, you are freshly in love, crazily in love. Everything is overwhelming, and you can't get enough of each other. By time, you buy the basement made of the pillars of a relationship like love, communication, honesty, and trust, especially trust. In months and years, you will go through good and bad times, of course. But if you love someone, you stand by this person no matter what. Yeah. No matter how many bumps there are on the road, you stick together because you will have a strong connection with each other. And for me, this is the same with ONPASSIVE. The first years were the most special and the most amazing time in my whole life. I cannot describe what happened in these 4 years, and I will never forget that. And I have my basement with ONPASSIVE, and I got honesty, transparency, and communication from the company, from our Ash. And so love and trust were built to a strong bond, and not one of the usual bumps which every company has to go through changed anything for me. I always keep in mind that Ash and the team have to go through a storm, and my trust and my love can give them the needed strength for the journey. Yeah. So I see it as my duty to stand by their side because I'm fully. I'm in there fully. So everything will be fine at the end. Yeah. I hope that makes sense. So thank you for everything. I love you both. Back to Chris.
Perfect sense. I want to let you know is this little girl here has blossomed. You can see the radiate in her face. She's in love with this beautiful guy and this beautiful company. And I'm so very proud that she was is the top leader in Germany. She brought people together in Germany. She never stopped. And I just love her for it and everything, all the hard work you put into it, Ange. You're definitely the leader in Germany that I look up to. On that note, moms play a huge part in this family. I believe in love and happiness. These two together are inseparable. I would say they're best friends. Her mom shows the same beautiful radiance coming out of her. And I would like to introduce Andrea. Go ahead, Andrea. It's all you.
Thanks a lot, and always have a nice day to everybody. So yes, I love to work with my daughter in this area. I found on passive, I think 3 weeks earlier than her, and at first she was not so amused about it. This is really funny because I start sometimes things and do something with it and test it and she is not in this way. So it was a little bit funny between of us, but I think it was not a long time that she realized what ONPASSIVE really means and what Ash is saying and what he wants and what is his idea. And for me, I had the idea what he wants to do for the world, and then it was done for me. So I'm behind of him because I like this idea, because this is my favorite thing, that I always help people. I like that. I do that every time. If I can help, I do that. And I like human rights. So everything is in for me. As I heard about this, what Ash is saying, I was totally, it was everything done for me. So I decided to be a part of ONPASSIVE, and I like to do that, the events with Antje. And we did a big event, and it was really, really nice. It was such a good Stimmung. Sorry, Antje? Moose? Yeah, it was really nice in the room. You can feel it, and it was a good day. Really, we liked it together, and it was really, really hard going. So, and I think Antje feels a little bit like a star. Everybody wants to do a photo with her and give her really a big hug and something like that. And for me to see that and to see her growing in ONPASSIVE was also really, really good for me, and a nice time for me. Really, I like it. Yes. I'm totally sure we will go on and we will get it. Okay, back to you, Chris.
Wow, wonderful, wonderful. I just learned something. I didn't know that you came in before Angie, and
yeah.
Wow, see that?
I was the first. but her English is better than mine, so we decided she has to do the job. In translation, she is really, really good.
Yes, she is. You guys both speak a couple of languages.
Yes.
I love the family. That's what I believe ONPASSIVE is, and you guys show it, you shine it, and absolutely. Andrea, thank you for speaking your excitement about your daughter. I can see the team effort there. I love you both, and I'm so very proud of you both, and keep doing what you're doing.
Thanks a lot.
You are very welcome. Now, this next lady who comes from Switzerland. We got Switzerland, Canada, Africa, Germany on here. We have a whole bunch of beautiful ladies. This lady, Marty pretty much said it. She doesn't have a bad bone in her body. She speaks love and peace. We all fell in love with her. And I'm going to introduce my beautiful sister, Corinne. Go ahead, Corinne.
Thank you, Chris. I feel very privileged to be here with you, with my enlarged family and direct family, just like Africa, my roots are in Africa. My roots are in Hungary. My roots are everywhere because we are multi-diverse or multi-dimensional. We are everything. And ONPASSIVE reflects that. So I entered because of a friend who sent me one sentence. Do you want to be part of a futuristic company? And I didn't listen to any webinar, nothing. I just listened to my heart. Really, my intuition, my gut feeling in my heart. And I felt the intention. I felt the intention of the movement. And this is one of my expertise. I can feel the energies, and the intention is so important to me. So instantly I knew, this is the inner knowing, I knew I was part of it. I am part of it. And I've done all my experiences of my life until then to be there. Just like an appointment, a divine appointment, orchestrated divinely, everybody. So yes, and I didn't question anything. I just jumped in. And my sense is always, well, I operate as an entrepreneur, as a holistic coach, and assisting people, groups and companies in their transformation process. So transformation, we are always transforming ourselves if we allow ourselves. The change is the only constant. And this is reflected in ONPASSIVE too. Then for me, my mantra is love and unity with and through ONPASSIVE and beyond. And also, our diversity is our beauty, and our unity is our power. So this is something what we are experiencing in ONPASSIVE. And I knew at the beginning, well, I just say short. I live in Switzerland, but I've been traveling all over, just as Robin, my sister Robin, more or less. But I was on the aircraft and she was on the boat on the big ocean. So and everywhere it was to me very important to touch and communicate with people through the heart space. So you don't need much languages, but the energy of the heart, just this intention. And ONPASSIVE is in my heart. I'm ONPASSIVE. Everything what ONPASSIVE represents, it's within me. And that's how I see that ONPASSIVE has a soul. It's a soul business. It has a spirit. That's why I always say aloha. Alo means sharing. O is the complete solution. ONPASSIVE, O, and the circle is closed, is complete and whole. And Ha means the holy breath of love. So aloha, my interpretation, my mutation, I like to change things, is I share, or we share, the loving spirit with ONPASSIVE, with all of us, with all of you, with everybody. And that's what I felt, this loving spirit, the intention, the love, this ethics, on everything, this clear and clean intention. It's imperative for me to go on. And yes, here I am, so grateful to have met and meeting every day my enlarged family. I didn't know Francine, but I've heard that you're from the African continent, but probably you live somewhere else. I don't know. I'm really looking forward to hear your sharing. And we are all together in this. So it's all about moving from ego to we go. Ego to we go. We go. We are in action together. And this is so powerful. And I don't know any other movement or any other space as ONPASSIVE to live this. We go together in unity and love, and we are powerful because we are all together and heading the same direction. Everybody with this expertise. Auntie has expertise. Andrea has expertise. I mean, Marty and Chris and Gladys, my sister Gladys, you have your expertise too, and I feel so connected to you. And together, we are compounded. We are a beautiful puzzle which is perfect just as it is. And yes, I just want to say I mirror you, everybody. Everybody's perfect as it is and ready to thrive. Are you ready to thrive? Every day, every moment, we are here to be celebrating ONPASSIVE Day and our days every day. Thank you very much. That's my introduction, Mollis. I don't know. Chris, I give it back to you.
Wonderful. And I also want to say that this beautiful lady from Switzerland speaks multiple languages and in many webinars has translated. I don't know how she does it. I was amazed how she did it. And I don't know how anyone can learn that much, but every one of these ladies on here speak languages that I only got one. But Corinne, I love your heart. I love your passion. I love the freedoms that you have and give to other people to teach them a whole bunch of great stuff. I love you, sister. Thank you for coming on today. Okay, now this next lady, I'm going to call her my mystery lady because nope, never heard. I went to Go Africa in the French community and I'm like, all right, who's this lady? And I love listening to people. And she got my attention immediately. Why? Because of her integrity, her honesty, her boldness to say the truth. And I absolutely love that. I want to introduce this lady as my mystery lady. I can't wait to see more about her. She gives me a lot of excitement. Miss Francine, who is currently, she's in London right now, but she's from Africa. Let's hear it, Francine. Give us what you got.
So once more, thank you for inviting me here, Chris and Marty. And I am not really sure I am the one you're talking about. I am just a simple woman, just a woman living my life. And I came across ONPASSIVE on 2020. First of all, a friend presented it to me. I was in Senegal and I did not click. Then when I went back to New York, one day I was just, checking my papers and I was upset because of the COVID. And I said, this is really unfair that we are locked in houses. I was giving a hand doing the contact tracing. And I was talking to so many people. And those people, most of them were alone. And just the fact that they were expecting my call during the day, they could have somebody to talk to. Then, as I was also doing some other stuff aside, everything was done online. I realized how people could be lonely. In the midst of, New York is boiling. You have people going, coming. And during the COVID, everything just stopped. You could not recognize Manhattan. There were nothing moving. And I realized the poverty of our spirits. And when I attended the first meeting with the CEO, I felt what Corinne was telling us before. I felt a spirit. I met a spirit. And that spirit was compatible with my spirit. I realized that poverty is not only because you don't have money. Poverty comes from our spirit, the way we capture the environment in which we live. And I said, within this company, I can bring something different because the miracle of ONPASSIVE is not AI. Because I don't know if you see the paradox between an AI, which is supposed to be very cold. It's technical. It's at the same time, it is spiritual because it is taking an information, which means an inspiration, to make it become real. So if those who have that inspiration are guided by the purity of will, it means you can transform our world. And this is what I loved. And the fact that our CEO was pushing us to have positive mindset, it means he has been inspired. It means before it becomes real, he had it in his womb like a woman has a baby in her womb for 9 months. Then she will give it to the world. That was the view I had exactly when Mr. Mufare presented on passive. He conceived it first internally. It grew inside him like a baby in a womb, and he was the only one, and he's still the only one who can talk about on passive because it grows within himself. And that spirit is like transferred to each one of us. The day we decide to become on Passivian, that's the day we take the pregnancy of the mission we have, and it has to grow inside each one of us. Then we'll have that baby, which is a miracle for the world. That is what seduced me so deeply to in on passive. And that's why I always try to let the community know that this is not to put somebody on top of the other one, because each one of us have to carry our pregnancy into its maturity and have that baby born and change the world we have. So saying I am from this country and I cannot talk with that one, I am French speaking, I am not English. This is not the point here. The point here is how are we preparing ourselves to get pregnant? We desire so deeply this baby that we have to be prepared. When it takes form into us, we have to cherish it by helping one another to grow it enough, to make it beautiful enough that it can seduce anyone. I have not seen any company that does that. I have not seen. And I love that spirit of being positive mindset, because as a woman, I know what it is to be depressed when you are pregnant. I have 3 children, and I learned that before the baby is born, he can capture whatever is going on in his surrounding. And when he's born, he recognizes people because he was used to them while in the womb of the mother. So I am very happy to be part of this big project and this movement, because this is something that could shape our world differently. COVID has been a period that is pushing us to a new one, and we have to see the light coming after all the turmoils going on. We have to bring that baby into life. I will stop here for now. Thank you.
Wow, wow, wow. I've added something new. Number one, I know who you are now. Second time I've heard you talk. I want to add humble. Humble, calmness. Actually, you and John White, I believe, have a lot in common. And that's a compliment. I love to see you two to get together and talk, because everything you just said was absolutely beautiful and amazing. Miss Francine, I'm looking forward to hear more of you. Thank you for talking about great things about ONPASSIVE. I love your analogy. Amazing. Again, thank you for coming here, and keep doing what you're doing, my beautiful sister. Okay, this next lady, you often hear me say she's my favorite. She puts out beautiful prayers every day She's a God-fearing woman. She puts out beautiful messages every day. And I've learned from her about being positive and staying in the right area and just bringing it all together. Just like Francine says, we're all one family. We have to bring it together. We have to explain things sometimes to people, but in a humble way. Gladys is my and I just lost her. Maybe she'll pop back on again. Technical difficulties there, but she's a beautiful, beautiful lady in her heart and soul, and she's brought a lot of joy to my life with what she says. Beautiful mom, beautiful family related lady, which I love. And I could keep going on and saying great things about her. Marty, there she is. Gladys, I'm going to bring it to you because you like jumping on and off on the internet, probably because so many people are texting you right now. Miss Gladys Navarro, the floor is yours.
Thank you so much, my brothers, Maria and Chris. And thank you to my sisters here, the panelists. Beautiful words, encouraging words. I'm sorry there's a problem with the connection today for some reason. I can only build on what you have said because as we know, we are one family. And listening to you, I can feel part of myself in each and every one of you. We were brought together to ONPASSIVE by one vision and one person is our brother and CEO, Mr. Ash Mufare. And I came to ONPASSIVE in 2018. And the reason why I came in is because I knew that finally I will have time freedom. Francine, you said you are in New York. If you have children and you are in these developed countries, you know what it means to be a mother. And it can be draining, it can be time consuming, but it's a beautiful thing. But the most difficult time as a mom to me was not having enough time with my young children because once they grow and they go out, they are gone. And we cannot recover the times that we have lost. And that's why when I first heard about ONPASSIVE and heard about time freedom, I said I will do whatever it takes to be in, to embrace the mission because I could connect with it. I found that thing that I've been looking for. I wanted to finally have time freedom so that I can spend time with my children. So that was the main reason I came in. But when I came in, life started to change. I started hearing, a few leaders here and there sharing about ONPASSIVE. Even though I loved it so much, I was so nervous. I could never talk to anybody. I could never have two people sitting together and I'm talking to them about ONPASSIVE. But as I looked and watched the others do it, I was moved. I said, why should I not share about this beautiful vision? I started one by one, and through the encouragement and mentorship of the leaders of ONPASSIVE, some of them on this panel, some of them not here, I am comfortable, and this is a gift and that will help me not only in ONPASSIVE. Even if I left ONPASSIVE today, or I do other things out there, I'm comfortable talking to people. And I thank God for this opportunity because I have seen it has transformed not only me, but so many other people. Then I saw ONPASSIVE giving before getting. When we first launched, I remember it was March 30th, 2022 in India. And I saw ONPASSIVE doing something with O Bless before the company could make its own money, to start selling products. We saw the company give setting a very good example. And from there, I knew it's not just words that the CEO is speaking, but it's action first before actually even the words. That inspired me because I am very passionate, and I know as many of you here, of uplifting humanity, of doing something. I can work and feed my family, and I thank God for that, but I do not have enough to be able to help as much as I could. And I knew that this dream This movement, this will really help me. As a believer, I had my own biases, different religions, different, ideologies, different attitudes towards another religion. That has completely disappeared from me because of ONPASSIVE. It's not me to judge you who you believe, or who you worship. Myself, I'm a believer and I am a Christian, but I embrace all my brothers in ONPASSIVE and sisters, because in ONPASSIVE, religion should not tear us apart. I have realized that there are so many things that religions can do if we come together to address the issues in the world, something I could never see before. Because my background, my upbringing, I knew that I was the right one, and so I had no room to do anything with anybody else. That has completely disappeared, and I thank God for that. We are from different parts of the world, different cultures, different upbringing, but it's in ONPASSIVE that you see, just as the US is referred as the melting pot, I see ONPASSIVE as a melting pot of different cultures where we embrace each other, where we are looking forward to work together. Already we have affiliates doing beautiful things across the world. An affiliate from a different country completely doing something. I can give an example of our brother Chris here. He completely transformed the school in Rwanda. I believe if it was not for ONPASSIVE, you could never have a clue what Rwanda is, unless maybe you saw it on the map. These are the beautiful things, and it's because of ONPASSIVE building on those values that we had from before. But I've also to say, I've heard people who say they never had the same heart to help before they came to ONPASSIVE. So these are some of the things that give me hope, that encourage me, that I'm looking forward to see much, much more happening. Thank you so much. I give it back to you, Brother Chris. You know I can talk forever.
And I could keep listening forever. Gladys, awesome. Awesome. This is a we company all together. I love that you touched on religious beliefs. I love the fact that you taught me many things like that about how we're supposed to love our neighbor, no matter who they are. And I love that. That's what I mostly love about ONPASSIVE. But I want to tell you something. I will say this from the bottom of my heart. Without moms in this world, without women in this world, I think we'd be a weak world. You guys make it beautiful, pouring out your love, showing your love. And that's really what ONPASSIVE is about. So Gladys, I love you. Thank you very much. That was absolutely beautiful. Now, the last, because I love when she goes last. We discuss this every day. I'm very good friends with Robin Noble. We bring her on last. I don't know why, because she's that good, I say. I love her. Another lady that gives me lots of wisdom, lots of encouragement. One thing I love about all of you, you've never let me down. You've always inspired, not just me, but everyone. You're sitting some beautiful comments in here. And on that note, Miss Robin Noble, the floor is yours.
Wow. Thank you, Chris, so much. Marty, thank you for having us all together. But thank you so much for this amazing panel of women, international women. For the first time, I think I'm really sorry I'm talking last. To follow what has been said by these amazing ladies is very special, very touching. I'm honored. And I'm honored to be here with all of you. First of all, I want to touch on mums. Andrea, Danka, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for representing the mothers of ONPASSIVE, those who are still with us and those who have moved into the heavens and who are celebrating, watching all of us and helping all of us stay true to the path with ONPASSIVE. My mum was part of the ONPASSIVE journey for a couple of years, nearly 3 years with me. And she was on all the calls. She supported what Ash was doing. She had the insights and spirit and heart like you, Corinne, and she would love you. She was on your same wavelength and understood exactly what you were saying. Her African roots immediately would have tied her to Gladys and Francine. And because of her French, her love of the French language, she made sure that my sister and I were educated in French. So this is all important and such a special day today. I'm going to put in a quick disclaimer for our male founders and just say we love you dearly as well. But today it's the women that we're celebrating. But men, you are part of this as well. And the men who joined ONPASSIVE are very, very special. You too have got tender hearts and a very special understanding of life and of where you want to be and how you want the world to be. So I leave that with you. I know there'll be a celebration of men on the panel coming soon, as there have been in the past. But I'm moving to the women. Corinne, when you said ego to we go, incredible, absolutely. Ego, the solitary singular figure, and the we go together. Absolutely beautiful. Another one of the phrases I think that will take off in all of this because it is so special. ONPASSIVE's mission, ONPASSIVE's goal, Ash's dream has been to unite and to go together. We go, magnificent, in addition to all the wonderful things that he says. Another one that we know and we've heard and seen used frequently is impossible. When you look at the word impossible, it actually means I'm possible when you break it down. So again, in ONPASSIVE, I'm possible. We are all possible in what we are able to do in ONPASSIVE, from being shy and quiet to being able to speak to thousands of people without even knowing that you're doing it. And it's natural and normal now for everybody to jump onto webinars and speak. How beautiful is that? You know, so many people stutter and are scared to speak to the public and do public speaking. How many people have just blossomed through ONPASSIVE and the platform of OConnect to be able to speak publicly? So these are some of the celebrations that we should be thinking of when we think of ONPASSIVE. And the fact that we have met people around the world, the countries that so many didn't even know existed and who they were, the type of lives that they live, their hopes, their dreams, quite frankly, are very similar to every one of ours on the panel. We all bleed red. We all cry salty tears. We are united through our heart, exactly as Corinne says. We're different vibrations. We're different physical. We're different beautiful colors of the rainbow. But in our hearts, we are all connected. And that is part of what ONPASSIVE is doing and has brought to us. Some of the words that describe women, and I'm doing this and writing these down as I was listening to all of you here today. The strength of all of you, your beauty, your creativity, merciful, your forgiveness of others, your grace, being generous, you're compassionate, you're inquisitive, you ask questions, you want to know, you're learning, you're compassionate, you're intelligent. The intelligence of the women in ONPASSIVE and how you've shown up and brought so much forward. You're capable, intuitive, motivated. In many cases, you are the heads of the families. You handle finances. You look after children. You play the role of both parents because the husband is out working or the husband isn't around or the husband has died. There are so many roles that the mother and the woman plays. And she's not playing them. She's living them. That's her. It's all part of the beautiful mosaic of a woman. You're diplomatic. Yes, it would be so easy to fly off the handle and shout and scream all the time. But you're diplomatic with children, with those who are having discussions that might get a little heated. You're ambitious. You want the best for your family, for your children. And we want the best for ONPASSIVE. And inspiring. Just listen to what's being said here today. Absolutely magnificent. And to be part of this and to know all of you and to meet more of you, it's beautiful. This is something that is so special. And I think the people in ONPASSIVE recognize this. And we want to nurture this. We want to hold this in our heart, but we also want to show the world that there is another way of doing things. There is love connection. There is heart connection. There can be peace. It can be respect. And yes, we can still have our disagreements. We can still have our questions and even doubts, but we can talk about it. We can resolve it together. So with all of this within ONPASSIVE, the background, yes, I joined at the end of 2018. I've been here ever since. I've been so fortunate to meet so many people. And although there was an accident in 2004 that changed my life in such a scary way and terminated so abruptly something that I loved doing, when I discovered and was introduced to ONPASSIVE, and Andrea, like Angie, I put my heels down. I was not in right away. It took 3 or 4 messages from the individual to say, this is something that you really might find interesting. And as soon as I paid attention, there was no going back. I was in. And it just resonated. It opened up a part of me that I hadn't even known was almost closed so tightly that it would never open again. And ONPASSIVE has allowed me to come forward again as well. And it's helped so many people in different scenarios in their own lives to face their fears, to face their terrors, and to move forward. The support of this beautiful, beautiful family and sisterhood, brotherhood of what is ONPASSIVE, in the purest sense of acceptance, of tolerance, of friendship, and of love, is something that we want to keep happening and going and growing as it expands out into the world. So thank you so much, ladies, for coming here today. There are so many more unsung heroes who are out there in the ONPASSIVE Founders field. We will eventually get to know many, many of you, and those of you who want to come forward are doing it already when you feel safe and comfortable to do so. There are so many more out there that we're going to meet, and how wonderful is that? And men, you are so important in our lives because you offer many of the same qualities that I read off for our women here. And you bring an essential energy to all of this as well, the balancing energy. We need you. We need you to be aware of your strengths and your gentleness and allow that to come through as well. It's not a sign of weakness. It's one of the biggest strengths to be able to show your emotion in honesty, in truth, not under a camera showing something because you think it's what should be done or said, but because it truly is coming from you, your heart, and your belief. I wish you all a wonderful day. I thank you. Chris, Marty, you've done it again. Ladies on this panel, international magnificence, and the power and the love continues to spread and to flow. And I'm just so grateful to be here with all of you and to be part of ONPASSIVE. Thank you, everybody. Have a great day.
Wow. Wow. Now you know why. Now you know why she goes last. Robin, you did say one thing of the guys have some of the qualities. I love that because I took away many things from all these ladies today that I'm definitely going to introduce into my life, and that's compassion, love, strength, and that's what I see in all of you. Again, Robin, thank you for that. Canada, by the way, I forgot to say Canada. I do have a quick announcement. I want to say thank you to Kevin Rutledge and Pam for making this absolute beautiful backdrop. If you look on Gladys, she's got it up there. Kevin, appreciate your time. Thank you. And the OTech pros, the guys, we're going to bring on the guys today at 12 o'clock. Make sure you come and see there. I personally want to thank every one of you for sharing, inspiring, because that's what I want to show people. And this is why we do this, what ONPASSIVE is all about. So I can't even say thank you enough for the words that you guys just said. Nothing but beautiful love. And again, that's what ONPASSIVE is all about. Marty DeGarmo, back to you.
OMG. Amazing. Days like this are my reason why. Absolutely. And to sum it up, ego to we go. I'm sorry, Corinne, that's going to be stapled to you for the rest of your life. I absolutely love that, and I'm going to be using it. I want to round things up. I remember when COVID came in 2020, it was a dark time for the world. But light has no power unless there's darkness. And during all the worst times that we ever saw, we had to find a place where we could get together. So there was light in the middle of the dark, and it was a big light, and we're still seeing it now, and it's growing daily, and I look back at that time, and I remember 2020, 4 years ago, right about now, we had 100,000 people. That's it. From then to a year later, we were 1 million. Because in the darkness, the light shined. And because ash was a light, we all drew to that. That's what brought us together. Not the technology. We don't know technology. We hear about it. We use it, but that's what happened. And I'm so fortunate to be part of this. Getting you ladies together it made my day. And we'll definitely keep doing this. We'll be calling on you again, so don't hide. Don't try to get away. We know you now. I'm just kidding. But thank you very much. I'd like, if anybody'd like to say a closing remark, it's okay, because Red's not coming on, but thank you, all of you. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. Chris, go ahead.
If you want to speak one more time, which I hope you do, raise your hand like this. All right, let's start out with Corinne.
Thank you. Yes, I would like to say thank you to you, everybody. And Chris, you know that you are in the role of a man with the heart of a woman. So the divine feminine is everywhere in every single human being. And Marty DeGarmo also, he is so rich, so beautiful soul, and so open for everything and facing and authentic and there with his presence all the time. This is very, very, very valuable. And as you know, one of the mantras of ONPASSIVE is the mother of all businesses, isn't it? So yes, this power of the mother. I'm a mother too in a role. However, it's always a birthing process of ourselves too. Every day, the mother of all businesses, Aja Mufara, has also this heart of a woman, a heart of gold, and a genius mind, and together combined it's just geniality, pure sense, and clarity. And yes, he attracted. He's the beacon of light, the main beacon of light, and attracted us, everybody, with this law of attraction, this pureness. And I like to change perspectives always, and this is something I would like to give as an input when if in case you're stuck anywhere, change the perspective, and you will realize that there is, just as said, impossible. Everything is possible. Everything is possible. We have eternal possibilities. And in us, if we look within, we have this whole cosmos, just like the ONPASSIVE ecosystem, which is more than beyond and growing. We can reflect ourselves and be mirroring with Ash and the whole movement. How can we explore within our geniality, our talents, our gifts, and share them? Because we are safe. You can choose to feel safe or not. You choose. You are creating your own reality. And that's, I like to remember too. We are so many talents and so many perspectives and so many experiences. However, we're in the moment of the now, the eternal now, today, and every day in the now. So we are creating together our reality. And this is so powerful because we have so much diversity. And I love you all. I love you all and everybody who's going to listen to this. And remember, love is always the answer. The universe, the cosmos talks in frequency, in love. And of course, we have the shadows. Oh, they are welcome. If I get a trigger, I am so grateful. I can operate my maintenance, maintenance. I love challenges and I've had ugly experiences. Don't believe I'm just here, but I've went through, I am so deep in trust in life, in divine, in source, in my decision of stepping in to this beautiful movement who is already changing, not in the future, already changing now. It's changing now, every day, every minute. It's just now, and I thank you for being the change yourself, everyone. Andrea, as mother, beautiful, and you do such a beautiful team with Antje and Antje. We know each other since long, and we have went through different waves, and that's life. At the end of the day, Red Redfern would say, everything is fine. Everything is fine. You choose if it's fine for you or not. If you want to ride on the different challenges, you can do, but it's question of the vibe, the frequency. Choose to be joyful, to be thankful, to be grateful, and we have all the reasons to be. And always in prayer and in a kind of a bliss state, grateful to our genius brother and friend Ash Mufara and his wife and his children and the team who is working with him directly and open for more and offering every time more value. Where we have seen that this is a collective movement which belongs to the new time now. The new era, for me, has begun already. We are in. Thank you. Again, Marty, thank you. I appreciate your presence. And all days I've been, sharing with you here the lives. And at the moment, the last time I've chose to take over a few other assignments, so I'm multi-diverse and multiple all over, but I'm always here in the background and in the foreground, always. Thank you, Chris. And I loved you said last time, your language is ONPASSIVE. That's exactly my thing too. ONPASSIVE is our language, our common language. Thank you for talking the same language and feeling it in your heart. Thank you.
Thank you, Corrine. Any other one of you ladies want to try to follow that one? It's okay if you don't. Once again, thank you. Thank you for showing us the love. Thank you for teaching people the right way. A lot of wrong ways out there. And I think just this panel right here of ladies, no matter Canada, Germany, Africa, America, you're definitely going to make a lot of changes in your communities. And I can't wait to see that. So again, thank you, every one of you. You all brought some amazing things to this table. You taught me many things, and I love you for that. Marty DeGarmo, back to you.
Well, okay. Thank you very much for a great session. I thought it would be great. Once again, I was wrong. It was better than I thought. That's what ONPASSIVE's all about. It's always better than you think. I will tell Mr. Mufara that he needs to watch this, and I'm sure he's going to enjoy it. Thank you very much for coming, everybody. We will be together again, maybe different people, different batches, but this is, people love this and they need it. We need encouragement all the time. It helps motivate everybody or inspire. We're really here to inspire. Motivation comes from within. Thank you very much. And goodbye, everybody.